Dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis is the process of converting from one unit of measure to another unit of measure. Now, to start with the dimensional analysis, first I want to remember that we can change the way a fraction looks without changing its meaning by multiplying a fraction that has the same quantity in the numerator and denominator. In other words, we can write 2/5 equals, and then we can multiply 2/5 by 3 over 3, and we get 6/15. Now what we've done is change the way it looks without changing its meaning. 6/15 still represents the same quantity as 2/5. Now the reason this works is because the 3 in the numerator up here and the 3 in the denominator represent the same quantity. We can use this property, this idea, to change the way a measurement looks. We'll change its units, and without changing its meaning, the amount being measured, by multiplying by a unit fraction. A unit fraction is a fraction where the numerator and denominator contain equivalent measures but in different units. For example, we could have 1 mile over 5,280 feet. 1 mile, 5,280 feet. If you measured both of these, you would end in the same place. This is a unit fraction. 4 quarts is the same as a gallon. The two quantities are the same, so we can multiply by this unit fraction and without changing the meaning of whatever we're multiplying by. Same goes for 60 seconds and a minute. So while the numbers and units are different, the numerator and denominator represent the same quantity. Let's do some conversions. I've got our US customary units up there for anyone who has forgotten or has not learned those. Convert 3 days to minutes. Now we have 3 days, and when I multiply, I want to multiply by something with a day in the denominator, because I'm going to cancel my days. I don't like that word. We'll divide out my days to get rid of that day term up there. So I need to convert 1 day to something else, and 1 day is 24 hours. So did I get where I wanted? I want minutes. I'm not quite there yet. So let's see if we can't convert hours to minutes. Now again, I've got hours in the numerator. I want to get rid of them, so I'm going to put hours in the denominator. And I'll put minutes in the numerator. Now my hours and hours divide out. I'll put 60 there. And now I have 3 times 24 times 60 equals 4,320, and then minutes is the only unit left. So we have used unit fractions to convert 3 days to an equivalent number of minutes. Convert 10 pints to gallons. Alright, I've got 10 pints. So I need to find a conversion involving pints. A quart is 2 pints. So what I'm going to do is create a unit fraction with quarts in the top and 2 pints in the bottom, and we will divide out our pints. But now I've got quarts. I don't want quarts, I want gallons. So let's see if I've got a conversion here. I do. 1 gallon is 4 quarts, so I'll put quarts in the denominator, and I'll put a gallon in the numerator. My quarts will divide out, and I get 10 times 1 times 1 is 10 over 2 times 4 is 8 gallons, 10/8 gallons, or 5/4 gallons, 1 1/4 gallons. Convert 55 miles per hour to feet per second. Now this is a little trickier. We need to realize that 55 miles per hour is actually a ratio 55 miles per 1 hour. And what we want to do is multiply this by enough stuff to where out here at the end we have so many feet per 1 second. So let's start by converting the miles to feet. I don't have it in our list up here, but we already have seen that 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So that gets rid of my miles, and now I have feet in the numerator. That's what I want down here at the end. However, I want to change my hours to seconds, so we will convert first hours to minutes. Now this hour is in the denominator, so I need an hour in the numerator to cancel out with that hour, and that converts to 60 minutes. But that gives me feet per minute. I want feet per second, so we'll convert 1 minute to 60 seconds. Minutes divide out, and now we notice that all my units have become feet per second. Now I need to do some multiplication. We got 55 times 5280 times 1 times 1, and down on the bottom we've got 1 times 1 times 60 times 60. And if I do that math, 55 times 5,280 and divide that by 60 times 60, I get 80 feet per second.